Hey everybody, thank you for joining us today. Our very special guest, Delilah Doom. Hello, Delilah.
Hi everybody. How is everyone?
We're good. We're good.
Very good.
I'm kind of being attacked already. Literally just started pressing record, and the cat is already eating my charger and trying to attack my hand. So
the cat wants a show of its own.
Seriously, it's incredible. But yeah, how are you doing, Delilah?
I'm doing relatively okay. California finally lifted its stay-at-home mandate, so we'll see what happens and how life goes from here on out.
It's been a crazy year, hasn't it? Because we've spoken to so many people, but it's become a cliche question at this point, like, how are you doing? Because it's always as good as anybody can be right now. Like, what do you say to that these days?
Like, that's what I'm doing.
Hey, look at you as well. I mean, we're still locked down. I mean, we're going to be locked down till at least the 8th of March. So, I mean...
You guys, for real?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can't leave the house for at least another month and a half, at least.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
a nightmare. Callum's banned from leaving the house. I go to work and then come home, and then you can't do anything else.
Luckily, I work from home, so I can do my job at home. But
you just stay there.
Yeah.
I just stay here with the cat and try not to go crazy because I've left the house about twice in the last month. Yeah, other than that, all good.
Yeah. And sadly, I work at the hospital, so I have to go and come back. So it's a busy time.
Well, be safe, especially if you're working at the hospital, man. I'm thinking about y'all.
I'm safe. I actually had the vaccine last week, so fingers crossed that'll kick in soon. But
that's great.
It's not about us, Delilah. It's about you. Okay.
You know.
I was only saying before we start recording, Delilah, how cool is your backdrop? That is everything I love about the 80s right there. Like, that is awesome. And you said it's not even a proper backdrop. It's
Eli and I's bed comforter. I love it.
It's incredible. I love it. I'm stood in my bedrooms. I've got the worst background in the world. All you can see is my window. It's terrible.
It's beautiful. What are you talking about?
And yesterday, it was your socks and your boxers.
Yeah, I forgot yesterday, Delilah, that I'd done my washing and we spoke to Peter Williams and I had all my laundry on the radiator behind me. So I had to quickly...
We're nothing but professional. Nothing but professional here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, yeah, I told you we'd just chat shit and just go, yeah, this is it. It's
This is great. I love it. I could chit-chat all day, so.
Hell yeah. But I will ask you a wrestling question because I found this fascinating. You were trained by Funaki.
I was, yes.
That's amazing. I mean, what was that like? Because everybody say just how nice he is. I mean, what was it like training with Funaki?
He is the nicest, most patient individual I've ever met. Coming from me, because when I first started training, I needed the patience, and he had it for me. And he's a wonderful, wonderful mentor, wonderful coach. I miss him dearly. I was able to train with him for 4 years, actually. So before I moved to California, and it was a wonderful experience.
I love Funaki. Yeah, growing up, he was always one of those people that even when I'd used to play the SmackDown games on PlayStation 2, I'd always choose Funaki. Yes. Like, I don't know why, there was always just something great about him. And we say it a lot when people tell us who they're trained by, but Funaki, again, a very underrated wrestler because he was always so good at the comedy. I think people forget how good he was in the ring as well.
Exactly. He's a great technical wrestler. He taught us so many, submissions. We did a lot of judo when we were training with him. It was just, he has just a bunch of knowledge that, like you said, people often forget, because he often portrays that comedian wrestler. Yeah. But training under him it was just, like I said, it was awesome. And he has a lot, and learning from him, I learned a lot of things that people like, oh, Funaki talking about? Like, what? So it's really awesome. Sorry.
No, and dare I say, arguably the greatest backstage announcer of all time.
Number one.
Oh, number
Number one.
I wish I have a little action figure of him that I keep in my car. I wish I had it right now. I'd be like, yes. Funaki watches over me.
We all need the Funaki action figure. We all need that.
Taka. I need my Taka to go with my Funaki.
Yeah.
I hate what I did. I found all my old figures, all my Hasbro figures, and I sold them. And now I'm like, why did I do that? You know, it's like, I hate myself. I know. All I've got left is I kept one. I kept Ric Flair. That's all I've got now.
You just got the one. Hey, it's a good one.
I got the one. I know. I regret doing that so badly. I really did. But obviously Funaki. Obviously, that's it. Is it in Texas?
Yes, he trains in Texas. Yeah.
Yeah. So what? Obviously, you mentioned like the technical stuff. Does he teach you it? Obviously, from being WWE, do you get like a WWE style training as well with him, or is it very much based technical from his own mindset kind of a thing?
He trained very WWE style. His goal was you will get a tryout and you will go on with WWE. So I have trained at a bunch of different schools, and so his training was mostly WWE style. I don't know how he does it anymore because he does train now at the hybrid school in San Antonio, Texas. So I don't know what they're doing. But when it was just Funaki Dojo, yeah, he really just prepared us for that day when we would get the call for a tryout. And when I got my tryout, it definitely came in handy. He helped out a lot, so it worked out.
So how far into your training did you decide, like I said earlier, I love the 80s aesthetic. Everything about it is perfect. We're actually doing our own clothing line at the moment called Super Kicks, and the current season of clothing we're doing is 80s inspired. So everything about it is like the backdrop you've got right now. So what inspired you to bring that into your persona?
Honestly, so when my first school I went to for wrestling was AEPW in Austin, Texas. And every day when I came to training, I would always wear leg warmers. And one of the students there was like, hey, you wear leg warmers. You should do like an 80s gimmick. And I was just like, bing! Yes, I should. Because I really do love Richard Simmons. Like Richard Simmons, I love him. I've been a huge fan of him since I was a kid. Yeah. And the second that they said you should do 80s, I was just like, I am Richard Simmons. And it just, I've just snowballed from there, been trying to evolve. And like even still to this day, I'm still trying to learn Delilah Doom, like who she is. I'm really excited. I started writing a little origin story for Delilah Doom that I'm hoping to film this year, like a little mini short. So like I'm super stoked. But I love the 80s. I grew up in the 80s, pop culture, the colors, everything about it. I'm drawn to it. So I went with it.
Well, I love it as well because I also grew up in the 80s. You can't be, no, you're not that old. You didn't grow
Actually,
up in the 80s.
We're the same age. I'm 32.
I don't know how old I am. I don't know. I'm like 12. I don't know.
I'm a lot older than you both, so let's just leave it at that. But do you know what? I just have this urge for me, you, and Callum to watch wrestling and eat donuts. I don't know why. I just feel like it'd be so much fun. I just have this. Yeah.
I mean, sure. Let's do
it. Donuts are my favorite treat, so.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the same. I'm the same. I have a sweet tooth for donuts. I actually bought some Oreo donuts today, which are filled with strawberry goo. Oh my god! Honestly, they're the greatest things I've ever had in my life. But I must have known you like donuts because I just thought, you know what would be really cool? Delilah's so much fun. Let's all just eat donuts and watch wrestling sometime.
That sounds like a great segment. We should.
Let's do it. Yeah.
We should do that.
All right. Okay, guys.
Yeah. I told you we chat shit, didn't I? I said we just talk rubbish.
This is great. I'll be waiting for what day we'll be doing this Donuts and Doom. So.
Donuts and Doom. You've already got a name for it. That's amazing.
Right. I mean, I am totally going to make this happen now, Delilah. So you've already put your foot in your mouth because now you've got to come back on.
Okay. So hey, I'm in.
You mentioned you had a WWE tryout. How was that? Because you hear a lot of things about them being pretty brutal on the obviously very physically demanding. How did you find it? What was it like?
So I'm trying to think. I have a really bad memory. My tryout was before the Mae Young Classic, before the first one, and I had a good deal amount of time to get ready. So I was in the best shape of my life. I look back, I'm like, dang. But I got in like amazing shape. Funaki was helping me. I was also using another ring at a different school. And when I went, I had a bit of a different experience because I didn't have that full-blown tryout that had, like 50, 100 people there. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It was myself, and then I think about 6 or 7 other women from different parts of the world. So I was the only American. There was girl from Mexico, two from Norway, a girl from Russia. I think I might be forgetting. I'm sorry. Like I said, and Io Shirai was there. That's
awesome.
Duh, come on. Io Shirai was there. And then there was a bunch, like 5 or 6 guys from around the world too, but we were separated. And so it was definitely the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, physically. But also it was, I don't even know the word. It was incredible. We got to, train at the time. Ember Moon was still in the NXT Performance Center, so she was there helping us out. A bunch of other girls who were there. We got to just do matches on the fly. We did a bunch of drills. Like I said, those drills, luckily I prepared for them because they were super duper hard. But I felt really good about my overall trial. And I actually, not a lot of people know this, but I got to perform on their student show when I was there. So, all the people that are in NXT, they have a little show for their students. And like The Undertaker was there, Shawn Michaels was there, Nakamura was there, all these superstars. And they asked me to wrestle Io Shirai. So I wrestled Io Shirai on
pressure. Yeah,
I know, right? She was awesome. And Funaki was actually there too because Io was there. He was helping as a translator. So I had my trainer there. And that was the first time ever Funaki ever, after my match with Io said, "I'm really proud of you." And something I carry with me all these years now, but I got to wrestle Io. No one's ever going to see that match, which just tears me apart. But it was an awesome experience. And
how intimidating was that as well? Obviously, The Undertaker's watching, Shawn Michaels is watching. I mean, how intimidating was that?
It was so scary. But Nakamura afterwards came up after us and was like, telling us good match. Chris Hero was there, and I had known him from the Indies, so luckily he was like, "Yeah, Delilah Doom," so kind of helped me out a bit because it was so scary. But in a good way.
You can say The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels have watched you wrestle. I don't know
if they were actually watching. They're probably just like, but we can help. We can help.
That's still incredible. I mean, that's two of the greatest of all time when they're watching your match. But what was it like? Obviously, I know you said no one get to see it, but what was it like being there with Io as well?
Oh, she's awesome. I'm trying to remember them. I was probably only, how many years I've been wrestling then? I didn't have a lot of, I had a lot of character stuff. So I did most of my character stuff. And, she hit her beautiful moonsault. Incredible. But she was awesome to work with. And luckily, like I said, Funaki was there to help with translation. And so, we put together our match. I think we did an 8-minute match. And most of it was, we called a few things. And then in the ring, we just kind of did our thing and filled in between. And it was so cool.
I'm guessing it's a match you'd like to. Is it a match you'd like to do again down the line? This time, with on television, perhaps.
That'd be incredible. That'd be so awesome because I have improved greatly since then. I think. And it would be a banger, as people say these days.
Yeah, that's what the kids are saying these days. Yeah,
right?
A banger.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Everything about you screams TV. So
yeah, literally, like the appearance. We'll keep coming back to it. The appearance, and I even said before we were recording, you come across very confident in the ring, and you feel it seems like you've been wrestling a lot longer than you have, and I feel like if anyone's going to be ready for TV, it's yourself.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Hopefully, right? I'm just riding the wave. I came off of injury last year in March, and so I was really excited for 2020 because I was out for 9 months, and then everything happened, and then so 2021, just riding that wave. We'll see where it takes me.
I'm trying to be very positive. I think we will get wrestling back this year with fans. I'm trying to be upbeat and positive. It's gonna happen. It's going to happen. But somebody I wanted to ask you about as well. We've had her on the show, and bless her heart, she actually posted a picture yesterday wearing one of our Super Kicks t-shirts.
You did.
That is you've worked with Holly Dead. What was it like working with Holly Dead?
I love Holly. No, I don't like Holly Dead. I love Holly Dead. I don't know. She's awesome. She's scary. Yes, you're scary, Holly Dead, but I love you. And she's a beast. She is one of the strongest people I think I've ever met personally.
Yeah,
she's awesome.
She's a lot of things, isn't she? She's terrifying, sweet,
yes.
Great in the ring. Yeah, she's a lot of things. She posted it.
Oh, sorry. Oh no! Any chance I get to talk about Holly Dead and just say she's awesome? Everyone should be booking her.
Absolutely, she's incredible, and I feel like this is as well as yourself. Like this is a year for her to like stand out as well. I feel like she's gonna. It's only a matter of time before she gets signed somewhere, hopefully. But yeah, she's terrifying. She posted a picture earlier where she's got a knife, and I'm like, I don't think there's anything more scary than Holly Dead with a knife. She's already scary without one.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a talent.
Don't mess with her.
No.
No. Now, before she would talk, obviously the indies and stuff, I want to talk the British indies because am I right in thinking you worked for WAW Bellatrix?
I did.
How was your experience over here in the UK?
I want to come back. I want that again because it was just, I don't know, it was just electrifying. It really was. Just the crowd over there is just different and amazing. And I hope I get to come over there again someday. Fingers crossed, please.
A lot of people say that we speak to. They always say the UK is good for the wrestling, but also the crowd is completely different. The atmosphere is different. What is it that makes the UK crowd so different to, say, the US crowd, for example?
I don't know. You guys are just a little bit more rowdier and louder and just, I don't know. I've only really experienced it at one other promotion over here with the crowd, but y'all's crowd is just, I don't know. You just, Trude. I don't know.
They like to make, they'll chant over anything, won't they? That's the thing. In the UK, they'll make up chants for anybody over anything.
Songs you guys always sing.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't.
I love it. It's kind of so. I work at an English pub actually, and so we show all the English Premier Soccer games, football.
Yeah.
And so our clientele, they're always singing and doing chants, and it reminds me of wrestling, and so it's really nice.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh man, I need to come to this pub. I need to come and experience that pub. I want to be there. I want to be there. But did you get we've not had our God. I mean, that's the one thing I miss over here. The pubs have been closed since November. It's It's
fact,
driving me crazy.
Jamie, when was the last time you sat in your chair at the pub? He knows the date and the time.
Right, Delilah, this is a true story. You ever seen Cheers?
Yes.
Basically, I am Norm. I've got my own seat in our pub. Yeah.
He really does.
Oh my God.
And he knows the date and time that he last sat in that seat.
It was November. I can't remember the time, but the last time I sat in my chair was November.
It would have been
4th.
closing time.
Oh.
Then it was 10 p.m. November the 4th. All right. Yeah, I'm basically Norm Peterson. I'm Norm from Cheers, right?
He is.
That's great. Now when I watch Cheers, I'm just gonna picture your face.
Honestly, it's, and I take that as a compliment because Cheers is also my favorite comedy ever. So I'm okay with that.
Show. All
right. I've been getting Callum into it lately because I've got the box set and I've been getting Callum into it. Even he's loving it.
What's your favorite comedy of all time, Delilah?
Oh shoot, I'm really bad at this. TV show? I don't know. Does How I Met Your Mother count as a comedy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yes.
How I Met Your Mother. Guilty.
Yes. See, I'd never seen that, and Callum told me to watch it, and I got hooked because I always say to Callum, I want to be Barney, but sadly, I'm a Ted. So,
Jamie, we're all Teds deep down.
That's okay. It can be both.
I don't know. I think every guy wants to be a Barney, but every guy is really a Ted.
Those are my How I Met Your Mother tattoos.
Is that the yellow umbrella?
I got a yellow umbrella, and then
awesome.
I have the blue French horn.
No way.
That's how much I love How I Met Your Mother.
That's incredible.
That's dedication. That is.
That is dedication.
Or dumb. I don't know.
I mean, that's dedication. It's the dedicated I go is I actually have a portrait of Dave Grohl on my thigh. But
he does.
But it's a really bad Dave Grohl. At least your tattoos are good.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I know. I have a man crush on Dave Grohl. It's a true story.
Hey, doesn't everybody? It's okay.
It's Dave Grohl. It's allowed, right? Before we got lost there, UK. Did you get to like that? We're very good at that. Did you get to spend much time around? Obviously, at the night, like Saraya, Ricky. Did you get to spend much time around them?
Well, so I've gotten to hang out with Saraya a lot, just with Rise. So I've done a bunch of her seminars. We've spent time together. So, but at the actual day of the show, it was a lot of hustling, bustling, So I did appreciate how they wanted to look at all of our gear and make sure we had no holes in our tights. They had like a whole wardrobe section of people with a sewing machine to fix any. It was just very professional. It was very awesome. And just they want any eyelashes for the girls, make sure we had eyelashes on, the makeup. It was really awesome. It was so cool.
You don't really get that on many independents, do you? Where they've got like the seamstress and the makeup and stuff like that. That doesn't really happen on the indies.
I was like, whoa! I need new tights. Thank you so much. It was nice.
Sorry about this. You don't mind that I just pour a glass of whiskey? Is that okay?
You drink your whiskey, Jamie.
Cheers!
Sorry.
I'll have my.
Hey, here we go. Cheers. Here we go.
Cheers. Got a cup of tea.
I kind of want to. Am I allowed to go back in time a little bit? I mean, when Delilah Doom was Delilah Dawson for a night on SmackDown.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What was that experience like? Because you got to face Carmella.
Yes, that was awesome. So, because I had done Raw, I don't know how many months had gone by, but I had done Raw before with Nia Jax. So when I came back for SmackDown, I didn't think they were going to use me again because they had used me already. But I don't know what happened. The universe gave me this wonderful blessing and opportunity, and it was really chill. She was really awesome. They were like, well, what do you want to get in? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get some stuff in. Oh, so they allowed me to have a little offense, which was really cool. We had a match, and then as it got closer and closer to our time, the match kept getting shortened and changed. So what actually happened out there was the ref called it on the fly and changed it up towards the end. But yeah, I mean, it was really cool. Sorry, I get so awkward talking about my things. I don't know. It was really awesome. And I was just really grateful for a second opportunity. And, they put over that I was trained by Funaki, which was awesome, which they didn't really give me commentary on Raw. So it was kind of nice for them to kind of give a little bit of information about Delilah Doom, which is always nice. And Carmella was a sweetheart. I think I actually punched out some of her hair during the match because I hit her, and then you kind of see her extensions go flying, and you can see the ref
her hair out. That's incredible.
Kind of puts it in his pocket. I'm like, oh shoot, sorry, my bad. I'm so sorry.
Well, actually, you mentioned, or why you mentioned it, I'll ask you as well. You said Nia Jax. What was it like working with Nia as well? Because she gets a lot of bad press sometimes, and what was it like working with her? I mean, I've met Nia. And I think she was a sweetheart, such a lovely, lovely lady. But what was it like for you working with her?
I had a wonderful experience. I mean, we didn't do a whole, it was a squash match, but when they had suggested that she was going to push me off the top rope, Finley was like, have you done this before? And I was like, yeah, of course I have. Never done it before. Later on, I told Nia, I was like, Nia, never done this before. She's like, what? I'm like, it's cool, no problem. And so we tried it out with a crash pad once, and I was like, I got this, guys, don't worry. And I was scared. Because she put me on that top rope. I'm like, well, if I die, at least it's on TV.
Yeah.
So, but overall experience, amazing. I did a live promo in the ring before the match, which, aside from, the actual finish of the match, which I was nervous about, I was more scared about talking on live TV. They're handing me a microphone, and they're like, you have to have this memorized, this little script. I'm like, please don't mess up, please don't mess up, please don't mess up. So I wasn't even thinking about the actual match while I was getting ready. I was just trying to memorize my lines. I was like, I can't mess this up.
That would be so nerve-wracking. I can only imagine how nerve-wracking that is to do a promo on TV, knowing you have to get every word right and in the right order and not fumble. I'd rather take the top rope, falling from the top, than do a promo any day.
And don't forget as well, while Vince McMahon's listening backstage.
Yeah, I had to. I met Vince. I think it was after I wrestled Carmella. Sarah Stock, who was our agent when I came back to Gorilla, she was like, go say thank you to Vince. I'm like, what? So I went over, and Vince McMahon's sitting there. So I shook his hand and said, thank you very much for having me. He said, thank you very much. Good job. And that was my interaction with Vince McMahon.
That's awesome, though. You can say you've shook hands with Vince McMahon. That's a story in itself. Like, just tell us. When you shook his hand, did he have a firm handshake? Was it a good handshake?
It was a great handshake.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Sorry. We'll just say it was the best handshake.
I can only imagine it would be the most macho handshake you've ever had. Like, yeah.
Something like that. Probably. I was just like,
well, that's it. I mean, obviously, I mentioned Undertaker and Shawn Michaels earlier, but Vince must be even more intimidating. I mean, it's Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. That's why I was like, wait, you really want me to say something to him? You don't want me just to kind of shimmy on by? Oh. Okay.
You want me to go to Vince McMahon?
Yeah. Okay.
What you should have done, Delilah, is you should have said, no, Vince comes to me. That's what you should have done.
Can you imagine? No, you tell Vince if he wants to talk to me, he comes to me. He knows where to find me.
I'll be in my green room waiting.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Before, I know we haven't. I know how Zoom is, and I don't want the thing to just cut off. So.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Before I wrap up, obviously, the indies, obviously during the pandemic, the indies have kept going. Obviously, Warrior, Freelance, Zello, GCW. How important do you think that has been for the indies to keep going?
I think it's really important. I mean, I know it's hard because I understand. I mean, there's a pandemic. I know people that have passed away from COVID. I've had, it's a scary thing, but at the same time, people need to pay bills and live their livelihood. And for a lot of people, wrestling is an escape. It's not just a job or a hobby. It's like, this is, someone's personal way of getting away from their own mind. And I think it's really important, especially just to keep it going, because if we have such great steam with the indies right now. Yeah. It's been rolling, and it would just suck for it just to completely stop and have to start over again. So I think it's amazing that there are places who are able to run and are really, like GCW, for example, doing this amazing 24-hour thing. Yeah. It's great that people are trying to help everybody else out in the industry right now. Just whatever anyone can do, giving people an opportunity. Hey, we can run shows, no fans, a little bit of fans, or however if people are doing it. I think it's really important, and it's a good thing that it's still happening even with the pandemic going on.
Yeah, you're right. As long as it's running safely, I think that's the main thing. And for most places like GCW, for example, they're doing a great job. They're doing a 24-hour show. It's going to be incredible to watch. I'm just thankful there's still some wrestling going on, because we haven't had a show here since March last year.
Wow.
So we're just completely thrown into the US indies at the moment, watching all the wrestling we can. But first and foremost, as long as it's safe for both the fans and performers, that's the main thing.
Yeah. Let's keep it safe.
And, one last thing then. Tell me about T4 and Leva Bates, because I think you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. So, I miss Shimmer. So when I had an opportunity to wrestle for Shimmer, after my match, they told me their plan. Hey, we actually want to put you with Leva Bates, and Leva and I, have been friends from before the time. So I was just like, okay, awesome. So it was just a blast working with her. She does, because she likes to cosplay, and so not only was I Delilah Doom, but I was Delilah Doom and whatever we were cosplaying for that show. Yeah. So it was just so much fun, and she's a sweetheart. And the fact that they put the tag team titles on us was just like...
Yeah, you had a long reign as well.
Yeah.
What, almost a year? Am I right?
Yeah, almost a year. Amazing. It was so fun. It was a fun time. And so I love seeing her on AEW. I miss my tag team partner,
Hey, maybe you need to go pay her a visit.
Hey.
I like that.
Florida's.
I like that. Well, Delilah, I'm terrified we're going to cut off. So, first of all, please come back.
I will.
You are incredibly fun to talk to, Delilah.
You guys make it easy.
You were worried that we wouldn't have enough to talk about, yet we're almost at 40 minutes, and I feel like we could do another 2 hours. So let's bring you back in the future. Let's speak some more wrestling, some more 80s, eat some donuts. We'll do it.
Yes.
Very quickly though, tell everybody where they can find you on social media, and if there's any merchandise as well.
Okay, quickly. You can find me on Instagram and Delilah_Doom, but the O's are zeros, okay? And then on Twitter, same thing, Delilah Doom, but with an underscore, but as is. I have a Facebook, guys, but I don't really use it. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter, please.
I'll put the links in the description. There we go.
And then I have shirts you can buy on Pro Wrestling Tees and What a Maneuver. And just look out for the future, because there might be something in the works that is a website.
Hell yes.
That's all I'll say.
Well, you have been the most fun ever. And I cannot thank you enough. I cannot wait to do it again with Delilah and Doom. But for now, you are the wonderful Delilah Doom. We are Ringsiders. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.